Okay, so here's question number 3 on quiz 6. I've got to simplify the complex fraction. The denominators are both x plus 3. So that means that's what we use. We multiply through by x plus 3 all the terms. Remember, it's a hitman. It takes out here, it takes out there. So we're left with 4 plus 2 times x plus 3 over 8 minus 2 times x plus 3, distribute, 4 plus 2x minus 6, or plus 6 I mean, and 8 minus 2x minus 6, that equals 2x plus 10, 4 and 6 make 10, and minus 2x plus 2. That's as far as we can go on that one. You can't simplify. You could factor the top, like take out a 2 and take out a negative 2. Oh yeah, I guess we do have to do that. Never mind, my mistake. We do have to do that. Take out the 2 on the top. That's right. Take out the negative 2 on the bottom. Everybody see what happened? Negative 2x, negative 2 times negative 1 would be positive 2. Go back to this. That's correct. And then we could cancel these 2's. So we'd have x plus 5 over negative 1 times x minus 1, because we canceled those 2's. So there we go. Or you could distribute that negative 1 back in if you want. It doesn't matter. Both are right. Minus x plus 1. This or this, both are good answers. Okay, it says write the equation. So on these write the equation ones, we always have to get the slope first. So first we get the slope. That means the 4 numbers, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 minus y1. Got double negatives there, right? The negative from the formula and the negative from the plug-in, over x2 minus x1. So that's minus 6 plus 5 over minus 8 plus 5. It's minus 1 over minus 3, 1/3. So the slope is 1/3. Now we use the slope formula again, but this time we just put the plain y and plain x and the blanks in the back. We don't use all 4 numbers. In fact, we just use 2 of the numbers, like say these 2. So I take the slope we found from step 1, the 1/3, and I put it in here. So that'll be 1/3 equals y minus x minus, and then you put the x1 negative 5 behind the x, the y1 negative 5 behind the y. And then we go diagonal, so it'll be 1 times x plus 5, right, because double negatives make positive, equals 3 times y plus 5, because double negatives make positive. So, distribute x plus 5, distribute 3y plus 15, bring it up. X plus 5 is 3y plus 15. Now, what form do they want the answer in? Let's look back at number 4. Look, they want x's and then y's and then numbers. So I'm going to bring this y this way and this number that way. So that'll be x minus 3y, right? When things jump to the other side of the equal sign, they switch signs, is negative 5 plus 15. X minus 3y is 10. X minus 3y is 10. There it is. We got it. All right. Okay, so here's the question. Again, it's find the equation. First thing is to find the slope. They're giving me a point, but I don't have a slope. How do you find the slope? Well, to find the slope, we're going to have to take this equation, get y alone, slope is next to x. It'll be the fraction next to x. So jump the 2x over here, we get 5y is minus 2x plus 7. Divide through by 5. There's the slope. There it is. So we got the slope. So now we have slope equals, and then we use the y minus blank over x minus blank. This is our x value, our y value. So you grab this and put it behind the x. So that'll, here, let me rewrite it here. So it'll be y minus x minus. And so I'll grab this x of negative 5, put it behind the x. I'll grab the y of negative 6, put it behind that. The slope we'll bring over here. That's negative 2 over 5. So now we go diagonal, diagonal, cross multiply. Let me bring it up here. So it would be minus 2 times x plus 5, double negative, becomes positive, and then 5 times y plus 6 double negative becomes positive. Distribute, distribute, minus 2x minus 10, 5y plus 30. What form do they want the answer in? They want y equals mx plus b, y alone. So to get y alone, I just have to subtract the 30 from both sides. I'm going to get y alone on the right side. Doesn't really matter, left side, right side. Minus 40. And divide by 5. So y is alone. Y equals minus 2/5 x minus 8. So now we're on number 6. They want h of negative 3. So that means plug negative 3 in right there. So that'll be 9 times negative 3 squared minus 2. That's 9 times 9 minus 2. 81 minus 2, 79. The next part, they say find f of 1 on the graph. So how do we find f of 1? F of 1 equals, well, that means an x value of 1, and they want the y value. So we got to know what that means on a graph. It means x is 1, plug in x is 1. Look for the x, this is the x-axis, 1. Go up, right there. What's the y value? 6. The answer is 6. There's nothing to compute. It's just to read it off the graph. When x is 1, what is the y value? That's the point over 1 up 6. The x value of 1 goes with the y value 6 as a dot on the graph. So number 8 here says find the domain. How do we find the domain? We take denominator and we say denominator cannot equal 0. So I grab that denominator and I say, okay, denominator, you cannot be 0. Now that needs to be factored. That's x minus 2, x plus 2, not equal to 0. So you set each one not equal to 0 separately, right? Because if two things multiply to be 0, either one could be 0. So that means x cannot be 2 or x cannot be negative 2. When you just jump them to the other side, they just switch signs. So 2 and negative 2. So the domain is x cannot equal 2 or negative 2. Just put a comma between them. Either order, you put the negative 2 first and then the positive 2. It doesn't matter. Let's come on down to number 9, g of negative 6. So I'm going to plug in right there, and right there. Negative 6. So negative 6 squared plus 7 times negative 6 over negative 6 plus 8. What does that equal? 36 minus 42 over 2. What's that? Minus 6 over 2 minus 3. There we go.